Hey guys, this is Jillian. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching my video. As you can tell by the title of the video, this video is all about my choosing a cosmetology school, my experience with choosing a cosmetology school, I should say. Ever since I decided to actively try to go to cosmetology school and make this my career, I did a ton of research. I watched plenty of YouTube videos. I talked to current cosmetologists working in the field. I talked to people that have their cosmetology license but don't work in the field anymore. I wanted to know why they didn't work in the field anymore. I did a ton of research, and I wanted to make a video to show you to tell you the tips I picked up along the way as far as questions to ask when you're touring a school, and then also I was that person and took a notebook with me to each school tour, and I jotted down notes as I didn't do it in the middle, like during the tour. I would wait till I got to my car and then I jot down the notes that I thought were important. That way I wouldn't forget. But so I toured a total of 4 schools before I made my final decision. However, I know in my area there's a minimum of at least 7, because I researched 7 of them and felt like I didn't really need to tour all 7, because some of them didn't really have the scheduling type of things that I was looking for. So I just scheduled tours with 4 of them. So the first school that I toured was the Aveda Institute. My mother actually went with me to this tour, and I was so incredibly impressed with this school. I loved it. And this was my first tour, and so it set the bar really high for the other schools. But so I toured the Aveda Institute, and I jotted down some key notes that I felt were important. Okay, so at the Aveda Institute, they have a career fair twice a year, where they invite all different salons in the area to come in, and basically you walk around and gather information about their salon, see if you just kind of talk to them, and you could possibly set up interviews or actually I've heard of people doing interviews right there on the spot. But what I liked about this is you can even attend these career fairs after you graduate. So let's say you get a job at a salon after you graduate and it doesn't really work out and you quit or you're let go, or whatever the case may be, you can actually go back to those Aveda career fairs and try to get another job again. So I thought that was really cool. They also have a career development department. So if there is a salon in your area that you want to possibly get a job at, they will contact that salon for you and try to get them into one of the career fairs, or see if they can set up an shadowing or an internship or something for you there. And they also offered a free cosmetology management program. I live in one of the few states that still has the cosmetology management license, which basically means you can work in a salon by yourself. And it is something that a lot of the employers supposedly, I don't know, I haven't gotten this far yet, but this is what I've heard. It is something that the employees or employers do look for, so I thought that was nice. And other schools that I did research on, you have to pay extra for that. What I liked was that they had a 3-day program. You didn't have to go 5 or 6 days a week. They had a 3-day program, which was Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I really liked that because I don't feel like I'm not your average cosmetology student. I am 30 years old. I'm married and I have 2 kids, and I have a full-time job. We own our own home, so we have a mortgage that we need to pay for every month, and my husband is also in school. So unfortunately, he doesn't make enough income that I can stop working altogether to go to school 5 days a week. So I really like that they had a 3-day program as opposed to a 5 or 6 day program. Also in the kit, or at least at this school and at Aveda Institute, they give you 5 mannequin heads in your kit. I really liked that. And you also get an iPad included in your tuition, and you do your coursework on the iPad, and then afterwards it's yours to keep. Also, what I thought was really cool is they get to every May, the students at the Aveda Institute get to work on a fashion show that is held in the city. And they get to help with the fashion show. They helped dress the girls. They do hair, makeup, nails, everything. I thought that was really cool. So that was the Aveda Institute. Loved, loved, loved them. I thought they were really cool. The second school I toured at was the Salon Institute. I really like this school as well. They, let's see what I wrote down in my notes. I actually liked all the schools that I toured. It was a hard decision. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would take for me to come to a decision. And I went back and forth many times. But, okay, so at the Salon Institute, things that I wrote down were, in the kit, in your kit when you enroll, they give you 9 mannequin heads. I have no idea how I would lug around 9 mannequin heads, but I thought that was cool that they gave you 9 to work with. The management license is included in the program. I liked that. They also have a student showcase. It's a little different kind of setup than what Aveda Institute does at the career fair. The student showcase is where salons come in to the place. However, instead of you walking around, you go on a stage and pick something you feel very strongly you're good at. So let's say hair cutting or coloring or makeup or whatever. And you basically go on stage and have a model and demonstrate for all these salon owners what you can do. And then they can approach you afterwards and set up interviews and so on and so forth. I thought that was cool. They have, in your tuition, you get a Chromebook, which is basically like an iPad, very similar to an iPad, except it has a keyboard. They use Young Living makeup, or at least the one that I went to did. They use Young Living makeup. I honestly never heard of that brand, but it looked really nice. They offer Monday through Thursday classes, 8:30 to 4 or 9:30 to 5, so there's some flexibility in that. And then you would go every other Friday or Saturday. So this was a 5-week program. So you would go Monday through Thursday always, and then if you went one week you would go a Friday. If you went a Friday that week, then the next week you would not go on Friday, you would go on Saturday. So I thought that was nice that you get to, I feel like Saturdays are probably the busiest days for salons, and so I wanted to go to a school where I could be at the school on a Saturday. The only reason, I can tell you, I didn't pick this school, and the only reason was because of the schedule. As I said before, I work full-time, we have a mortgage, I have kids, I can't not work, and I can't go to school 5 days a week. And so that was, they said that they were maybe going to start doing a nighttime program, however they didn't say when. And it didn't sound like it was going to be like anywhere in the near future. So that was Salon Institute. The third school that I toured was the Paul Mitchell School. And this is the information packet they gave me. Okay, let me see where my notes are on Paul Mitchell. Paul Mitchell, okay. One thing that Paul Mitchell offers, and other schools offered this as well, but they kind of made it a point to tell me that they offered this, was they offer scholarships. I also saw on their website that they give away $1 million in scholarships. And then there's also several other scholarships that you can apply for. They also, what I really like, they have in-house financing. So you can, however long you're going to school, whatever your financial aid and scholarships doesn't cover, they can divide up payments for while you're in school. So I really liked that. You get, at this Paul Mitchell too, you get 9 mannequin heads in your kit. Again, that is a lot of mannequin heads. I'm sure you need them, and that is awesome. So I put that on the plus column there. One thing I thought was interesting is that Paul Mitchell does not offer a management program. And I asked the person about this, and she told me that the Paul Mitchell stopped offering the management program some time ago because after you have worked in a salon for a year, you can take your test to get your cosmetology management license. And she said typically in the first year anyway, you're not going to be working at a salon by yourself. You know, so, and that made sense. So, ooh, another cool thing that Paul Mitchell has is they have what they call their honors program and dean's list. So you have to, their honors program, you have to meet a certain amount of criteria, and if you get on the honors program and dean's list, you can go to what they call phase 2, which is a program for people on the honors list, and you get more salon time, you get preference over, you know, customers, you get more customers, and they also charge more for your services. So I thought that was cool. And it also looks good on your resume. They do have different like clubs in the school, and there is one club called the design team that you get to work on fashion shows. And they have several different clubs. Like they have a pet club, a student council, Be Nice or Else, something like that. A recycling club. They have several different clubs, and I thought that was really nice that they did that. Paul Mitchell is mainly focusing on hair, and I eventually do want to work in a full-service salon, so I want to be able to do hair, makeup, nails, facials, everything. I want to work in a full-service salon. However, that being said, from what I saw on the service menu, Paul Mitchell doesn't offer waxing, pedicures, or facials. However, I did see that they offer a free service with a haircut, so I assume maybe it's one of those services that you can get. I don't know. I have to find out, but I assume it is one of those services that you can get. So you do get some, they do teach you how to do it because you need to know it for your state boards, but they don't offer it for guests, so that would probably be something you have to practice on your own, which is fine. Okay, so that was Paul Mitchell. Okay. Then the fourth school that I toured was Regency Beauty Institute, aka Studio Luma. That is their learning program that they use. But this is the fourth school that I toured. They offer evening classes plus all-day Saturdays. Their evening classes are Monday through Thursday from 5:15 to 9:15, and then it's all-day Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. So I like the fact because I could still be able to work full time. However, only downside is I would probably be exhausted at the end of the week. Any models that you bring in to like work on, they get free services. Where at the other schools, or some of the other schools, they would get a discount on the services. However, they'd still have to pay for the services. They use MAC Cosmetics. However, you don't get them in your kit, but you get to use them. So that, I didn't really like that. I mean, I like makeup, and that, like I said, I want to work in a full-service salon, so that is something I want to offer my patients. I would like to leave the school with a little bit of makeup. You know, I understand I'm not going to get a whole bunch, but you don't get to keep any of it. It's just something that you get to use while you're at school. They are a full-service salon, so they do offer waxing, facials, pedicures, manicures, haircuts, and obviously hair coloring and all that stuff, all the hair stuff. So I thought that was cool. You get a ton of practice with everything. The only thing I didn't like about this school is every other school that I went to offered up what they do for you as far as job placement. I had to ask them what if they did anything, and they did say yes, they did offer job fairs. And when she started listing off the type of salons that they invite in, she was saying stuff like Great Clips or Saturdays, First Choice Haircutters, which all are fine places. However, I want, like I said, I want to work in a full-service salon, and those types of places that they were talking about inviting in, I wasn't sure if I would be getting in front of the salons that I want to eventually get jobs at. Oh, also at this school, their schoolwork is on the iPad. However, you don't get to, it's not your iPad. It's something that you just have to go to the school, grab an iPad. They have a bunch of iPads there, and you just do your schoolwork off the iPad, but then you leave it there at the end of the night. Regency Beauty Institute was the only school that tried to get me to sign up that day, and I've kind of found that a little interesting. Other than that, it was a great school. I loved the fact that they had evening classes, and it was one that I was really considering. It was actually it was between this school and another school. But anyway, this was Regency Beauty Institute. Okay, so kind of questions that I asked when I was doing the tours. And most of the times, I didn't need to ask any of these questions because they offered up the information throughout the tour. However, I would always just kind of go through and make sure I had everything. Okay, questions to ask. You want to ask what they do for you with job placement. A lot of the places will have, like I said before, they'll have career shows or career fairs, student showcases, that sort of thing. But you do want to try and find a school that does offer things like that. The dress code. A majority, actually all the schools I went to, everything was all black, which is fine. But you do want to ask that. You want to make sure that you wear what they want you to wear. Also, in the contracts that they make you sign, I ask them about overtime. Are there any, if you go over, if it takes you longer to graduate than what the contract says, what is the overtime charge? A lot of them will have overtime charges, and they vary. And normally it's a per credit hour charge. What their tardiness and absence policy is. I know at Aveda Institute they said if you're 15 minutes late, you can't come. You can't go to school that day. And then also you can't be absent the first between 4 and 8 weeks. Honestly, I can't remember what she said. The first 4 to 8 weeks or so, you cannot miss class once. If you do, you have to start over. Also, how much time do you spend on each curriculum? That's a good thing to ask. It gives you an idea of what to expect. A lot of places, like I know most of the schools, they spend like three days to a week on makeup. So you want to ask and see how long you spend on each curriculum. When will you do clients? It's great to ask how soon into it will you do clients. Male hair cutting. Some of these schools don't teach this. I did not know this, but ask if they teach you male hair cutting. A majority of them do. However, I did find that there was a few that didn't, and I actually was kind of shocked by that because that kind of limits your client base. So I definitely wanted to learn male hair cutting. Also, what is included in the kit? Every school I went to showed me what was included in the kit, so I didn't have to ask, but it was nice to see. And I actually took pictures of what was in the kit so I can remember. And then also, are there any additional classes or certifications offered? A lot of times they will have like a makeup certification. They do sometimes offer little certifications and things like that, and that can look really good on your resume. Other than that's all the questions that I wrote down. Okay, so the school, after much debate, after I took tours of these 4 schools, it actually took me about a week and a half to actually come to a decision. I went back and forth so many times, but after talking with my husband, we decided that it would be better for me to go to an evening class, and so it was between Regency Beauty Institute, because they offered the evening classes, and Paul Mitchell, because Paul Mitchell offers the evening classes. And after talking to several current cosmetologists, I decided to go with Paul Mitchell. And I just enrolled there about a week ago. Yeah, about a week ago. So I'm really excited about that. I don't start till May. That's when their next evening class started. So I don't start till May, but I will be going Monday through Thursday in the evenings after work, which will be really awesome. And then what they told me too is that the Saturdays are optional. I could go Saturday to get to graduate sooner, to get the extra hours and be able to graduate sooner, but I don't have to. And that was really, really nice, just because with our children, we do a lot of activities on the weekends, and there will be some weekends that I probably won't be able to go to class, or would rather not go to class because I don't want to miss out on stuff the kids are doing. So being able to have that option of going to school is really nice. I really liked that. So I enrolled at Paul Mitchell. I'm super, super excited. I am very happy with this decision. Even my husband, who's been talking to his friends at work, a couple of their wives went to Paul Mitchell and had nothing but good things to say about it, and they're very successful in their field. And I'm just super, super excited. But yeah, I don't start till May, so it will be a while, but I plan on doing, I plan on vlogging basically my entire journey. So if you guys want, I can do a what's in my kit video, because I've noticed that a lot of the what's in my kit videos are outdated. I haven't seen any from 2016 yet. And so a majority of them are a few years old, and I'm sure the products in the kit have changed. Not a whole lot, but I'm sure they're a little different. I'm super excited. This is something that I have been toying with the idea for several years. Finally decided to bite the bullet, and I'm excited. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to ask. You can leave them in the comments below. I have nothing bad to say about any of these schools. Any of these schools will give you a great education. However, with that being said, with what I want to do with my career, where I want to go with my career, and the fact that you know, I have other obligations as far as work and my family, I needed a school that offered evening classes, and I had to kind of find something that fit my life and also that I felt would give me the best education, because cosmetology school is not inexpensive. It is a lot of money. It is a big commitment, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing my research and making the best, most informative decision, and I definitely think I did. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them below, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks, guys.